everybody, my name is Jen and welcome to my saga. So for today's video, I actually have a request from a friend of mine. I'm going to be showing you guys how I make bead art using perler beads. If you don't know what perler beads are, they're small little beads that come in jars like these, like they're either big or small, and they're beads that you put on a pegboard, and then when you get them set up the way you want, then you can melt them and they create cool little pixel art. So I did get this off of Amazon at a pretty great deal, and as you can see by the jar, it did come in a jar of 22,000. Now that 22,000, it did not come sorted, so guess what I spent a month doing? Yeah, I had to sort these beads, and pretty much everybody that knew me or knew that I was doing it thought I was crazy. But that's what the price you pay for a great deal. But today I am gonna be showing you guys my process and how I do everything. So, I have started dabbling in this. This is something new I've started in. So far, I have made one of Deadpool, if you know who Deadpool is. And I also have done one of my Pokemon starter for Pokemon Sword and Shield, which is Scorn Bunny. And I don't want to hear any of you Sobble or Grunky fans out there talking smack about my Scorn Bunny. He's my Scorn Bunny. All mine. But I am going to be making Sobble and Grunky just to go with him so he doesn't feel lonely. But for today's video, like I said, it's a request. I am going to be making my friend one as well. He wants a Pokemon, and it's going to be Croagunk. If you don't know who Croagunk is, that's him. That's him. But I am about to get started in the process and show you guys exactly what I do. I find it easier doing it this way, and a lot of people may do it this way as well, but I do know some that freehand it. So let's get started. The first thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to go to Google, and what I'm going to search for is pixelated Croagunk. Pixelated Croagunk. Alright, and then I'm going to click enter. And I'm going to go to images, and here we're going to scroll through and see if we see something. This one looks like it will do just fine. What I'm going to do, I'm going to save this image, and I'm going to save it to the desktop. It's going to be called, let's say, Pegboard Art. And I'm going to hit save. I like to use Lunapic because it's just for like quick resizing purposes. Let's see, lunapic.com. Alright, and this is Lunapic. And what we're going to do, we're going to go to edit, and we're going to go down to resize image. And then what we're going to do, we're going to take the image that I just saved to my desktop as Pegboard Art. And we're going to upload Croagunk. And for the resize image, I want it to be big enough for the board, so I'm just going to type in 1,000 by 1,000. And you're going to see what this does when I print it. And I'm going to resize it. And there we go. We have the image resized. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this image again. And I'm actually, let's see, actually going to name this resized Croagunk, and I'm going to save this to the desktop, and there it is. So now what I'm going to do, and you see they're both right here, we're going to go ahead and click on this one, and by the way, ignore my boyfriend's background wallpaper. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to open this up. So now and I want to say, if we would have opened it up as, let's see, if we would have opened it up as this one, it would have been at this size. So when you printed it, as in, let's see, if you went over here in portrait and you got it the full page, and to fill the page, this is all it was going to look like. So it's important to make sure that the sizing is correct as well. So we're going to go back and we're going to go here. So actually I'm going to make one little edit before I do anything. And I'm going to crop this out right here so it won't push the image all the way out the page. and then we're going to save it and save it as same thing pretty much. All right, and there it is. It is saved. So what we're going to do, we're going to go over here and we're going to set it to, yeah, it's already set to portrait. So we're going to make sure that says full page and that says fill page. So we're good to go. So let's get to printing. So now we have our pixelated sheet of Krogunk. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take my pegboard and see. Well, what you'll need is a pegboard. This is an extra large pegboard that I got off of Amazon, and you're going to need some beads. So I didn't have a box to sort them in, so what I did is took an Amazon box and I technically cut pieces from the boxes and I put them into this box, and I kind of made like a little sorting system in here. So as you can see, all my beads are sorted out in here as of right now. But you will need these beads, and you also will need one of these. They're kind of like tweezers. They're for the beads, and you will need these because I can tell you now, picking those little beads up, putting them on the board, is so annoying because once you put one on there and then you put another one, they kind of topple over if you bump them. So these are very essential. So we got the beads, we got the pegboard, we got the image. And what I like to do is, I'll do it in a second actually, I like to get some tape, and what I do, I will align the image on the back of the pegboard so I actually can see what I'm doing. And that's when I usually get started with the process. So once I get this taped up, we'll get started and I'll show you how I do it, basically. Okay guys, so I'm just about to get started and show you guys exactly what I do first. Basically, so what I like to do is I do an outline of everything first, and then that's when I start filling in my colors. So like I said, I am going to speed this up because this does take a long time, usually like an hour or close to 45 minutes or so, depending on how you want it. But I am going to speed it up at some point, but I'm just going to get started just showing you exactly how I go ahead and set everything up here. And I just go ahead and do them one at a time like that. You can space them out if you like. I like to try to get mine as big as possible so it'll come out all nice and pretty when I get ready to melt them together. Uh-oh. And see the way with how I have it taped to the back, just because it doesn't move, so I know it's aligned real good, so I'm matching up with the outline of the actual picture. And like I said, it's a long process though, but it's pretty, I want to say it's pretty soothing to me, I guess, because I'm a person that deals with anxiety, so doing this kind of soothes me a little bit, and also it's a great thing to do, like to pass the time as well. But like I said, the end results, you will love them. And if you do, just make sure to like and subscribe that video. I can do future videos of some of the other crafts that I do. I also do a lot with making models out of clay. And I also do a lot with like designs and stuff as well, for like shirts and anything like that with my Cricut. I just do a lot of different types of crafts and stuff. And like I said, I'm also going to be doing videos with for gaming, for any of you gamers out there, or anybody that just likes to watch video games get played in general. I'm going to be putting those in my future videos. Like I said, videos with me and my boyfriend fighting together on like any fighter, whatever he prefers or whatever. But if you do like this video and like what I'm making, like I said, just like and subscribe, and I will put out more content for this. But yeah, this is pretty much how it's going to go as far as me outlining this. So I am just going to go ahead and speed the video up. And you'll see as I speed it up how I iterate the colors and everything. So you'll know exactly what to do if you do want to make one of these of your own. Okay guys, so after I have taken the paper off the back of my pegboard and have made sure all the beads are on it, it's time to press. So what I've gone ahead and done, I had to actually move away from my desk so I couldn't take the webcam with me, but I do have my phone, which is just as good. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn, well, I've already turned the heat press on and I let it heat up to about 305. And so we just let it heat up. It's going to take a few, well, not a few minutes. I'll say like 2 minutes or so for it to heat up. But when it does, then that's when we'll get to pressing. And I'll just need to have like some heat-proof paper like to press the beads with, which I do have. And we'll be good to go. Okay, so we're going to get this, gently lay it over there. And then I am going to take my heat press. I'm working with only one hand. And I am going to put that over there. And time it. So you don't really want to press down on it for real. Just kind of iron it like you do clothes. Just to make sure it hits every spot. And also so it doesn't burn through and mess the pegboard up as well. And that's the beat letting me know my time is up. So go ahead and pick this up. Put this back on here. Make sure it's on there. And as you can see it's kind of sticking to the paper a little bit. That's normal. Let's give it a few seconds. And then you can lift the paper up to see if they melted all the way. And then that's when you can commence with putting the transfer tape onto it. This one actually came out pretty good. So, just make sure. Sometimes you don't need the transfer paper, but if it will, it's a little flabby. So I am going to go ahead and put that transfer tape on it. Only really had one bead that came off, and it came off around his foot. So just going to put that right here. And there we go. So as of right now, he's doing pretty good. He's pretty good. He's starting to curl. So what I'm about to go ahead and do is take that heat-proof paper, lay him back down over him. And if you haven't noticed, I did go ahead and flip him. I'm going to take the heat press and we're going to place that on top and go ahead and proceed with ironing him. It still needs to be pressed a little bit more. And And I'm going to give it a few seconds, and then I'm going to try it again, and then I'm also going to flip it over and proceed to press the other side just to make sure everything's in place. I was able to get the paper pulled off, and he looks pretty great. Now, the top half of him did melt pretty good, so I'm just going to take my miniature here, and I'm just going to hit up his bottom half a little bit. And I think I got the, let's see. Okay, so he did go ahead and melt pretty well. So I am going to go ahead and flip him over so I can catch the other side of him. Whoop. And he did curl up some. So just going to go ahead, put this paper back on him, hit him with the big guy again, and go. Alrighty. We're just going to take this off. And he looks pretty good at the top part of the head. I will use the mini just to hit the bottom part. And he turned out really, really good. I actually am very proud of him. Let me make sure this other side is just as good. He is fabulous, darling. So now, what I'm actually going to do, I'm looking for a heavy book or object or so, because you're going to want to place like a book or something on top of it, because when it cools down, it'll start to curl. So let me just find a book real quick. Okay, couldn't find a big book, but I did find my boyfriend's kind of high school yearbook, so we're going to place that on top of it. Yeah. Shout out to anybody that went to Dothan, I guess. Alright, so he is good to go. He's still a little bit warm, but that's fine. He is good to go, though. Look at that. He is awesome. He is ready to go. Yeah, nice. And if you let him sit, so yeah, he didn't curl, so that's great. If you let him sit for a little while, he will harden more and more, and it will be great. It makes for great gifts, great hobbies to do, just all around great. There you have it, guys. You have Krogunk, who has been born into the world through bead art. It's a lot of fun doing these. I think they're a lot of fun. Some people may think they're time consuming, but if you hang in there, it's worth it in the end. But I'm sure my friend is going to be very pleased with this, as this is one of his favorite Pokemon. So I had a lot of fun today making this. I had a lot of fun showing you guys how I make it. Like I said, a lot of people make it different ways. A lot of people freehand it, but I just find this is the easier way for me being a beginner in it. So if you do like the process I just went through just to make this little guy right here, be sure to like, subscribe to that video, and I'll be sure to add more of these videos on the channel if you guys want. Like I said, I dabble in a lot of other arts as well. Like I said, I'm a graphic designer first off, and then also I do a lot of animation. I'm a bit rusty at it, but I'm picking it back up as we're being at home on lockdown. But I do animation, I do characters, I do shirts and designs, I do a lot of personalized stuff. I've started doing things with clay art. But either way, if you do like this video, like I said, like and subscribe, and be sure to be on the lookout for any more of my future videos. I will be posting on social media. So, as of right now, until next time, my name is Jen, and I'll see you peeps and pimples on the other side of the screen. Bye!